Stephanie Stitches here. Welcome to my channel where together we sew. If you're brand new here, thank you so much for coming by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell for notifications so you'll know when I post up videos like this one or when I go live. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I love seeing all of you here in your comments down below. Today I got my Cotton Cuts Piazza Puzzle Mystery Quilt Clue number 4. That's a mouthful. For those of you doing the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, you'll know that all the colorways this time have sort of an Italian name, and I'm doing the Signora colorway, which is the K Facet fabric, which I am really glad I picked it. I'm loving it so far, and it's definitely something that was like out of my comfort zone, but I'm glad that I had the Cotton Cuts people to tell me how to cut it, because I didn't have to cut it, and what to do with it. Because I've always wanted to make a quilt with his fabrics, but I never know how to cut them. So, yeah, I'm loving it so far, so I can't wait to see this month's clue. It looks like from the instructions that we have 2 different clues, and we're going to make 2 pieces of each clue. So come on with me and let's get sewing. Okay, here I've got all my pieces laid out for clue 4A. There's 2 clues this month, 4A and 4B, and we're going to make 2 of 4A and 2 of 4B, but I'm just going to make 1 of each with you. And again, as a reminder, mine is the small in the Piazza Puzzle Mystery Quilt of the Signora colorway, which is the K Facet fabric. And one of the cool things is I got to meet him at International Quilt Market last week, so it makes the connection to this fabric a little bit kind of neat, and makes me more inspired to do this, because as I've said before, this colorway is definitely out of my comfort zone, but he and his partner were there, and they were creating things in the booth and watching all them use all the colors, and it was just a really neat thing. So now I'm very inspired to sew this, and I'm loving how it's coming out so far. I'm glad I took that leap out of my comfort zone. Okay, enough talking about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a fabric F and a fabric D square, and we're going to sew those together. So this is my F, and this is my D, so I'm going to put those together. Press, it looks like you're going to press towards D, so that would be towards this piece right here. Cotton Cuts makes this really easy, because not only do they pre-cut everything for you, but they also tell you which way to press things, so it makes it real easy to do this. Okay, so that piece is done. Now we're going to add an F rectangle, which is one of these guys, to this. I'm going to give this a quick press. It got wrinkled in transit. Let's see. So this piece is going to go down like this, and we're going to add this to the left hand side. So just like that. Press that towards the F rectangle. Okay. Now we're going to add an E rectangle on top of all this. So that's this guy here for me. quick little, got a little bit wrinkled in transit. That's all right. Happens. Okay. So I'm going to add that right to the top. So that should be touching your F fabrics. Press up towards the E fabric. Alright, so that part is done. I'm going to set that aside for a second. And now we're going to build the piece that we're going to put along the side. So we need our C rectangle, which looks like it's this larger rectangle, or triangle, apparently I don't know my geometry. And then we need an F triangle, so that's one of these guys, and then we're going to need an E triangle, so that would be this guy. So the F triangle is going to be on the, if the center triangle is, the point is away from you, the F triangle is going to be on the left hand side and the E triangle is going to be on the right hand side. So let's put the F triangle first, and then we'll press that, and then we'll add the E triangle. Press that out away from that center triangle. Now, I've seen a lot of talk on the Facebook group. If you're a Cotton Cuts member, there's a Facebook group for the mystery quilts, about how people are a little bit upset each month when their blocks don't come out to the perfect size as what's listed in the directions. I know that they recommend a scant 1/4 inch, and I don't do that. I don't like the scant 1/4 inch. I find it very difficult to find and to find it consistently. So the most important thing through this whole thing is that you have a consistent seam allowance. So if your blocks, if you sew a consistent seam allowance, the same 1/4 inch every time, even if your blocks come out a little smaller, they should consistently come out a little smaller. And it'll all work out in the end, I promise, because I've never done a scant 1/4 inch with the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilts, and they've all gone together like they should in the end. So I think the most important thing is just to make sure that you're consistent. And I think I just ran out of bobbin thread. Pardon me for a second. Yes, I did. Alright. And don't run out of bobbin thread. But yeah, I find that that's the most important thing. Don't worry so much about the size of the finished block. So if it says, I'm just making this up, I'm not reading this from the instructions, but let's say the instructions say that this block should end up at 10 by 12, right? If yours is, 9.5 by 11.5, but all of your blocks are that way, then don't fret over, why is it not the right size and trying to fix it. As long as you're consistent and everything's the same, you're using the same seam allowance every time, everything will turn out fine in the end, I promise. Okay, now that I have bobbin thread, that works a lot better. Alright, so now, I'll press this one up too. Now, before we can add this piece to this piece, we have to add, it looks like, an F square onto the side with the F triangle. Okay. And back to the seam allowance thing, if you are concerned about it and you really, really want your blocks to be exactly what the size that they say they should be, then you could always use a marking pen and you can draw your line. That way you can sew right on that line, that scant 1/4 inch line. Okay, so we're gonna add this piece to this piece that we made at the very beginning. And it looks like the point of the large triangle should be pointing in towards this piece. So these two colors should match. Those are the same two colors. Okay. Okay. Perfect. I didn't lose my point. Okay. And that's with a full 1/4 inch seam allowance, just FYI. Now, give this a press. It looks like we're going to press this out. And then we're going to sew together the piece. There's one more step in this block. There's a piece that's going to go along this bottom here. So we're going to sew that together next. I'm going to set this down and grab the last few pieces here. So the first thing we need to do is put these two together to make a square. So this is an F piece and a C piece. Press this towards the F piece. Just like this. And then we're going to add this square to the rectangle of F. So your F and your F should be touching. We're going to press towards the large rectangle, large F rectangle. Okay, and now we're going to add this last piece to the bottom of this piece. So you should have an F fabric here and an F fabric here, so those should be touching, and an F fabric here and an F fabric here. And then your center is your D fabric. So as long as all your F fabrics are touching, you've got it going the right way. press this guy. Looks like they want us to press it down, so away from the center. Just like that. Ooh, those seams lined up very nicely. Good. Okay, so that was clue 4A. You're going to make 2 of these, and now we're going to move on to clue 4B. Okay, so I laid all the pieces out for my 4B clue. This one is actually really simple. We're just showing triangles together to make squares, and then we're going to put the squares together. So I'm going to start with the triangles down here at the bottom. Really nice and easy clue this month. So it'll give you time to catch up if you need to play a little catch up. Okay, there's that one and this one. I'm going to sew all these half square triangles together before I stop and press, just to save a little bit of time. Okay, there's that one. Now keep them where they are though, because those row that goes together, this row goes together, and this row goes together. Put that top row together. Okay, now I'm going to stop and press some of these pieces. If my fingers will work here. Okay. Now again, you're going to make 2 sets of these, so 2 4Bs, just like you made 2 4As. Okay, those are pressed. Now I'm going to join these together. So this center row, I'm going to join the A square to the FE square, and the F should be in the upper left hand corner. I'm going to press this one. I pressed the top row to the right, so I'm going to press this middle row to the left. So that when we put these rows together, they nest up very nicely. Okay, now I'm going to join these together, and I'm going to press these to the right, since that one's to the left. Now for this one, your E fabric should be in the upper left and the bottom right, so they should be, the same fabric should be touching each other. Okay, so now all we have to do is put our rows together. And we've pressed all these opposite directions, so they should nest up very nicely. Looks like they're telling us to press each row towards the top. Oh, this is looking very pretty. Okay, and I'm going to add this last row. Okay, press that one towards the top, up that way, towards the squares. Okay, so there is 4B. So we've made a 4A. I'll turn these around so you guys can see them the way they would be towards you. That's a 4A, and this is 4B, and don't forget to make 2 of each one. Okay, so you can see on the wall behind me, I've got all my clues finished. Don't forget to make 2 of 4A and 2 of 4B. I'm loving how they're coming out. They look really, really pretty. I want to say thank you to the Cotton Cuts people for pushing us out of our comfort zone and for cutting all this fabric for us so we don't have to. I got to meet Kim and all the Cotton Cuts girls at Quilt Market, so that was a lot of fun. And like I said earlier, I actually got to meet Kaif, so that was a lot of fun too, and his partner and his traveling companion. It was a great time, and meeting him in person has really, really pushed me to want to finish or work on these clues and one day finish the quilt after we get all the clues, because he was sitting there doing hand stitching using these beautiful colors, and I could see it. I finally get it. So I'm so excited to be working on the Senora colorway. So that's all I've got for this time around. If you have participated in the Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilts in the past, you should have gotten a color card, or if you get this, you should have gotten the color card for the next puzzle mystery quilt. That will be, let me see, it looks like we can start to sign up December 2nd, and those clues will start going out February 3rd. There's a lot of colorways to choose from, and I believe Kim announced on in the group that she's going to add another colorway, so be on the lookout for that. If there's a colorway that you like, you need to sign up pretty quickly, because I know that a lot of the colorways sell out within the first day, even the first few hours sometimes. So if there's a colorway you like, have in mind, I would definitely be on the computer first thing when they open it up so you can get the colorway that you want. So that was in our package this month, so that was fun. It's always fun to see the colorways for the next Puzzle Mystery Quilt. If you are not currently sewing the Puzzle Mystery Quilt and you want to find out more information, go to Cotton Cut's website. I'm going to link it in the description box below, so you can just click and head on over there. It's really a lot of fun. It's great for especially new quilters as well, but us older quilters too. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. Who don't necessarily want to cut cave fabrics. But it's great. It's a good cost for what you're getting. And even somebody as young as my daughter's 13 and she's working on a Puzzle Mystery Quilt. So she can do it. You guys can do it. So head on over there and check it out. All right, that's all I got. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.